All right, before we get started, showing my top 8 tools, just like it says in the title of the video. These are tools that I think every plumber, obviously every plumber is going to have, but every new plumber, someone new to the trade, aka an apprentice, are going to need. They're going to need at any point in time, but I especially think that they should pick these tools up first. First thing they should do if they're serious about getting into the trade, they need to pick these tools up ASAP. Now, a lot of these tools I have could be a little more pricey, could be out of your price range. You don't have to get these particular tools or tool brands. Well, the particular tools, yes, but the tool brands, you don't have to use these tools. As you work in these trades, you're going to realize that some of the cheaper tools fail rather quickly. It's a waste of money. You're going to get into bigger and better tools, better quality, just different brands. And then also, it's your preference. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first few I'm going to go through are going to be, obvious picks. I don't really have to explain too much. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. There's no point. But these are going to be the top 8, and then I'll have a little bonus at the end of the video. So first things first, tape measure. Just like I said, don't really need to get into it. A lot of people are going to tell you that Stanley or Stanley Fat Max in particular is one of the best tape measures that you can get. Typically you want something with like a wider blade, but whatever. It's a tape measure. Tape measure is tape measure, right? You're going to be using it quite a bit. Another obvious choice, in my opinion, as a part of the top 8 is a hammer. You don't need anything too special. But again, kind of why and how I made this list, these tools you're going to carry on for every facet of plumbing, whether you're service, whether you're starting off just topping out houses, roughing in, you're doing trim work, whatever, you're going to carry these tools with you on every type of job. And these can be used on every type of job. So hammer, obviously, you can use this for so many different things. And then my last obvious tool here that anybody can guess is going to be a level. Most plumbers you're going to see use a torpedo level like this, and a lot of times you kind of want to get one with magnets on it as well. You can put it on something that you're setting to kind of level it, whatever it may be, it'll magnetize to it. But also you kind of want to have, you don't have to, because you can be taught how to use a level without the 90 and 45 degree bubbles on here. But you need a level. You need your fall, pitch, grade, whatever. You need to be able to read a level, and this is going to be a very commonly used tool that you're going to have in your bag. Most of the time in your back pocket, depending on what you're doing. Okay, let's get into some of the tools. They're still common, but I feel like they don't need a further explanation, but I'm going to give you one. So here we go. Pair of pliers, or you're going to need multiple pair, obviously. And I recommend a good pair of pliers, but again, just starting off, if you see you like the trade, maybe not, maybe you want to invest more money into it, but these are quite expensive. These are Kniepex branded pliers, made in Germany. Amazing tool brand. I love Kniepex. Now, you're going to hear these pliers called several different names. I commonly refer to them as channel locks. Now, channel locks is a proprietary brand name, just like saying, I need a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is not a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is just a brand. But channel locks brand make channel locks, and I just call these channel locks. I just feel like, these are kind of universally known as channel locks. Now, that being said, there's different types of channel locks. They'll also be referred to as, there's different patterns of the teeth, the way they're shaped. So there's these Cobras from Kniepex. They might also be referred to as, or channel locks might also be referred to as water pump pliers, or multi-grip pliers, or tongue and groove pliers. There's so many different ways to call it, so many different shapes and sizes. I have a smaller pair of Milwaukee. I love these. These are for under sinks and stuff like that. Tight spaces. Yeah, love these. different type of pliers. They work differently. Those are kind of more tongue and groove. This, you have to press the button down. Slide this up and down. Sorry, you're not really getting a good visual on that, but you slide this up and down right there. Awesome, they lock into place. This, you kind of just slide up and down right here manually. You also have these, which are similar to the Milwaukee's. These are made by Wildy. Kind of more tongue and groove right there. Slide up and down. Great pair of channel locks as well. And then you have a different style, which I also included, which are these smooth, toothless, smooth grip plier wrenches. So these are kind of more to replace your crescent wrench or adjustable wrench. So, which is what I pull out most of the time if I need something like an adjustable wrench. And these also slide up and down. These are also made by Knipex. But so that was in-depth enough about your different types of pliers or channel locks or multi-grip pliers or whatever the hell you want to call them. I think channel locks honestly is the best way to go at this point. Next a multi-bit, multi-screwdriver, 11-in-1, 100-in-1, 21-in-1, whatever. I use different brands and I carry different ones in my bag. This one you can replace the bits. It's 1/4-inch hex at the end, and this has a little carousel that pops out where you can hold the different bits on the end. So many different brands do this. I don't know who the first one was to make it, but it was genius. But you want something like this, and the reason you want something like this is because you can take care of so many different things all in this one small package. Instead of carrying, you know, a Phillips and a slotted and a Torx and a whatever, standalone screwdrivers, you can take care of everything just in one small package. So VH is a really good German brand. If we're looking for brands, I can just go over them quickly. Milwaukee obviously is a plumber's favorite. You can remove the bits. These are double-sided too, which is nice. You can remove the bits. You can remove this drive right here. This also has a carousel that you can pull out and use your different bits. Torx, Robertson. Robertson is square, Torx is star. They're the same thing. So if you see a square head, that's also referred to as Robertson. If you see a star bit with like a star, that's known as Torx. So T20, T25, they're the same thing. Slotted and flathead, that is the same thing. People are going to argue about, you know, what's proper, what's not, who gives a shit. That's just, you know, what they are. If you know what somebody's talking about, then cool. You got another one, you got a 9-in-1 here. Again, does the same thing these do, you know, carries the bits in, you know, a different way. This one is also removable. These are nice because they're longer, so you can put this on your impact or something if you ever get any power tools or something like that, which I'm sure you will. But you can, you know, pull these bits out and use them in your drills and stuff, which also makes it great. You know, smaller package, less things you have to carry in your bag. A different type of multi-bit screwdriver that you might think about getting is a little stubby. So same thing as this, just smaller, used in tighter spaces. Just something to think about. So let's put these out of the way. Next thing is next. Let's go with a utility knife. Got a couple different ones here. Obviously love Milwaukee. I think personally Milwaukee makes the best utility knives. Between this, your multi-bit screwdrivers, or your channel locks, they're probably going to be your most used tool. Honestly, probably this. You're most likely going to carry this in your pocket. And this one, we'll get to this one here in a second. This is, you know, a little more common because this is more common amongst brands too. Every brand has something like this, really. Maybe not the way it opens and closes, but you know, it's just a flip up utility knife. You can replace the blades in this by usually, you know, pressing down a button, pulling your blade out, getting a new blade and replacing it. It's as simple as that, but it's such a great tool. You're going to use it, you know, scraping, trimming something, cutting stuff, opening boxes, whatever it may be. You know, sharpening your pencil if you carry a pencil, which isn't exactly on the top 8 list, but you get where I'm going. You're going to use this quite a bit. You can, you know, ream pipe with this if you want to. Like, this is, you can use this in so many different ways. This in particular one, which a lot of ones have, you can use this as like a little cutter, wire cutter or something like that right here. Just kind of put it over it and pull it and cut the wire, which is nice. Cool little function. Now this one is the one that I carry most because this one takes it a step further. It's got like a bottle opener on here. You can also carry other blades and stuff in here as well, like this one. Real quick, just to show you, you can pull out, and again, Milwaukee isn't the only one that does this, but you can open this up. Oh, the blades are kind of coming out, or they kind of stayed in there actually, but you can open this up and put, I'll set those over there. I think I had too many in here anyway. Put your blades in here for like storage. That way you don't have to go looking around for your blades, like in your bag, wherever you carry them, like your extra set of blades. You can carry a few on you. So 3, 4, I think this one actually holds like 5 or 6. Yeah, there's 5 in here, an extra 5 in here right now. So great. Now I'll get back to this one real quick. This one does the same thing. You can't carry 5 blades, but you can carry an extra 1 or 2. Like right here, there's this little tab. You can slot them in here. But what's cool about this one is sometimes I'll go in a quick service call just to check and see what somebody's talking about. They called me for a quick repair, say, hey, something's going wrong. And maybe I just need to go in there and take off a trim plate, tighten something up, whatever it may be. And I can just pull this bad boy out of my pocket. I don't have to bring in my tool bag. Sometimes I'll just walk in without my tool bag and just go assess whatever the problem is and then go back out and grab my tool bag. But this, you got a little hex, 1/4-inch hex driver. You can put different bits in here. This one's kind of rusted up because they made this kind of poorly in my opinion. But regardless, I can still use this. This is double-sided. It's got slotted. It's got Phillips. And this can come out and it locks in place right there. It's got with a liner lock. Unlock it and it kind of stops. It's got a little stop right here so you can use it for a 90-degree. Get in some tight spaces, whatever, and then it just locks into place right there. Very nice. I know I'm rambling on about this, but I'm telling you, this is one of your most commonly used tools. This is your best friend, just like your channel locks and your screwdrivers and stuff. Tape measure level too as well, but this is gonna be your best friend because you're gonna have this out of your pocket using it all the time. Okay, let's go into... We'll go into just a ratcheting PVC cutter. These come in all different shapes and sizes. This is a cheapo HDX. You know, this is Home Depot's brand. You know, they have Lowe's, you know, Cobalt. You know, I think Lowe's is Cobalt brand, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or Craftsman. I don't know. But they all have like cheapo ratcheting PVC cutters. This can cut up to like 1.25 inches, maybe something like that. These aren't too big, but essentially you just pull the handles open and then you just ratchet, and close. It'll cut PVC, it'll cut CPVC, it'll cut ABS, it'll cut tubular. This is great in tight spaces as well, under sinks or in the ground or whatever it may be. Nice, good cuts. This is one type. I also have like the more expensive Milwaukee ones here. If I can open them up, they have the dumbest lock for some reason. I don't know why. Let me zoom out a little. These are really nice. These are super expensive, but it's like a cast kind of metal. The body, the blade, everything's metal on this bad boy. But I love these. They haven't failed me yet. Super sharp, but they're big. these are pretty large. I mean, they make some 2-inch cutters that are smaller than these Milwaukees, but these do cut up to, I believe, 2-inch, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 1.5 inches. But love these. I've never, if I'm cutting 2-inch pipe, I'm honestly probably either using my, I have some PVC cutters, like some M12 cutters, or a Sawzall. I mean, most likely that's what most people are going to use anyway, a Sawzall. But yeah, these are nice PVC ratcheting cutters. Use them for all different kinds of, mainly plastic pipe. And then last but not least, I usually don't see a lot of people talking about this. And this one, unlike the other tools, might not be on every type or every facet of plumbing. So top outs and stuff like that, you might not see people using this on top outs or rough ends and stuff. But I just had to throw it in here as a top tool because it's such a great tool. This is called a basin wrench, and the head pivots on it. You open it up, it's kind of spring loaded here. You can bite down on many different surfaces of many different sizes, right? See? And then it just grabs onto it, and then you turn. You can put something on this, a crescent wrench, a pair of pliers, a pipe wrench, to get more leverage to turn this thing. This is mainly, you're mainly going to see this used on or underneath sinks, you know, to tighten up the nuts underneath faucets, to tighten up the flex lines that you're, you know, connecting to these faucets. You can also use this, that's going to be vertically, by the way. You're under the sink and you're using this, you know, vertically, turning it, whatever. But you can also use this horizontally if you need to get into a wall, to a valve body, to grab onto it, to unthread something, to do whatever. These are great. Also, if you don't have a T-handle or something to turn off your water meter with, this is great. You can extend this to get more leverage. This one can extend 4 different ways, or to 4 different lengths, and you can get into the meter box. You know, this thing is now 2 feet, almost 2 foot long. It's almost 24 inches. So you can get down into a meter box, put this on your deadhead, turn that bad boy off, right? And if you need more leverage, you know, put a pipe wrench, pair of pliers on it, whatever. I just don't feel, I feel like this tool's not talked about enough. I know they have like the rigid, you know, sink tool or whatever, faucet tool, but that thing's huge, big and bulky, made out of plastic. This thing's just, you know, solid chunk of metal. I've had this tool for, I don't even know, 12 years, 15 years. I don't even know, at least 10 years. I say something different every time, probably, if you ever see me talk about this tool, but, people just don't talk about this tool, in my opinion. And this is an amazing first tool to buy if you're serious about getting into the plumbing trade. So that is the top 8 list. Just a quick review. We don't really need to go over everything. You can just rewind the video. I do have some bonus tools here that I think that this really shouldn't be on a list, but I think that you should get or already have. They're super cheap. There's no reason not to. And just tools to help you with your job every day, and can also be used in pretty much every facet of plumbing. First one we'll go with is just a pin reamer. You know, you can ream inside and outside of pipes with just a cheap pin reamer. If you're cutting copper, if you're cutting PVC, whatever, you need to ream the pipe. A lot of situations, you need to ream it full bore before you glue a piece of pipe, whatever it may be, but you need to ream your pipe. Whether you're soldering with copper, you cut the copper, you need to ream it. PVC, before you glue, you need to ream it. Okay, so black iron pipe, same thing. So this is just a good tool to have, a good pocket tool to carry, shirt pocket, pants pocket, whatever. But if you're, you know, pretty much any situation, especially roughing in and topping out, where you're cutting a bunch of pipe, you're soldering pipe, you need to have this tool because you're going to be pulling it out quite a bit. So little pin reamer is good. They do make different inside outside reamers, but this is just a good tool to have. Also, I know it seems stupid and simple, but you know, carpenter pencil, regular pencil, you mark your pipe, you're measuring a lot. whatever it may be. You're making sure that, you know, your fittings or something like that don't slip past a certain point. So you want to mark it to make sure, or you're measuring your PVC. Whatever it may be, it's just good to have something to mark with. And the pencil is especially good because you can kind of, you know, lick your finger and erase it off of drywall or whatever you're marking if you need to. Also, something I don't have on me real quick is a marker, but it's good to have, you know, a good marker that'll show up on different surfaces that this won't. But yeah, pencils seem stupid again, but I mean, you should have it really. And then last but not least, just a little pocket light, pen light. Obviously love Milwaukee. I have so many different pen lights from Milwaukee. This is my favorite one at the moment, but it's rechargeable. It's pretty bright. I think this one's 200 lumens, if I'm not mistaken. That's bright enough for most situations. But yeah, I carry this in my pocket. I carry it everywhere. I use it every single day. Pocket clip on it. Like I said, it's rechargeable. Also, the cool thing about this one is, which isn't necessary, but it's got a laser on it. So, which is really nice because, you know, you can kind of point at things. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Hey, look at this. Whatever. Something that's out of your reach, you can kind of point at, whatever. But this is a fantastic pocket tool that's on the bonus tool list that I think everybody should have. You're going into attics, you're looking in walls, whatever it may be, fantastic tool to have. All right, guys, that is my top 8 list with the bonus tools, and this is for what I think any apprentice plumber should get, the first tools, and this is just my opinion, but some of the first tools I think they should get. And then obviously every tool, or all of these tools, pretty much every plumber is going to already have. But if I gave you any ideas or anything like that as a current plumber or seasoned plumber, well, that's great. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you disagree with the list, let me know. If you think something else should be in the top 10 as opposed to, say, a hammer or the basin wrench, in your opinion, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you think is, you know, on your top list, and also why. But thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and comment. Thank you.